Hey everyone, welcome back to another review. Today I am reviewing the Nike Air Force 1 React. Now these are a 2020 model that I purchased about a month ago now, and I thought it's a good time to do a review. Now if you've watched my other videos, you will know that I'm actually not into these sorts of trainers usually. I generally go for barefoot shoes, so I've got a bunch of different barefoot trainers. For example, I've got this one here, which is the Minimus with the Vibram sole, which I have done a review on, and you can see that it's got a very, very tiny sole. Now, I've had an issue recently where I used to love these shoes, and I still do, especially when I'm doing functional fitness, but when I'm just generally walking around in public, I want to wear something that's a little bit more potentially stylish, but also has a lot of comfort. And I've had a few problems with my feet recently, especially with being walking around more, that I need something that's got support but also has a bit more shock absorption. And so I looked into these and I liked the style of the original Nike Air Force 1s, which came out I think 70s or 80s, and these are obviously a new version of them, and they have what they call the React foam, which is a part of the sole. So just give me a quick overview of what these look like. So they've got a fairly padded tongue at the front that says the Air Force 1, and has that greyish colour, and then got a standard Air Force 1 design at the front, but it's as you go around the side really where you can see the main difference. Now these obviously have been worn, they're a bit dirty, but these have been worn for a few weeks on a few treks I've been on, and you can see that it's standard kind of around here, and then they've added this kind of new Nike Air, well the Nike logo going across this kind of more, it's not really leather, it's like a kind of a, well it's hardish, but it's a fabric of some sort, and then it goes back into this like a leather design. Now the original Air Force 1s were all that kind of leather, and I did like that design. And if you notice on here, the heel is much thicker. So they've got this kind of React system that is within this sole. It says obviously got the air symbol as well, and then this plastic design that says Nike React. Now this again isn't on the original Air Force 1, it's all completely plain, but they've got this kind of ridge that goes all the way around, which I don't particularly like. But to be honest, as a design, I don't really like the style of these Air Force 1s. I actually much prefer the originals, but the reason I purchased these was purely from a comfort perspective, because these are super comfortable. So you've got this kind of newish design, and inside, it's very hard to see this, but you can probably see that you've got this insole which is incredibly soft and spongy, but you've also got these like ridges. They're like ridges all over the sole, and what I found is when you wear these, it kind of almost massages your foot, so your foot feels very comfortable inside. As these are quite wide shoes, I've got enough room for my toes and everything to be kind of relaxed, but you're also getting this kind of massaging effect from the insole, and it's got this React cushioning. Now the React cushioning is on a lot of the high performance models of the Nike trainers, and I've actually purchased a pair of Nike Air Pegasus Turbo 2s, which I'll do a review on. I haven't got those yet, but I'll do a few runs in those and let you know how they go as well. But this React foam is so comfortable, it's incredibly comfortable. Now I've got, in comparison here, I've got an original pair of Nike Air Max 1s, and these are, I love these shoes, I love the style, I love the retro design of them, but they've got the standard air sole in the back. Now these are comfortable shoes, but they are nothing in comparison to the comfort of the React sole. So there's a few things to be aware of. This sole is quite stiff, so it's quite a heavy shoe and hasn't got a lot of flex in it, so it bends, but it's not super flexible. So if you're doing sports and things, it may not be the best thing to wear, but it is quite stable as a result of it being fairly stiff. So it gives you a decent ankle protection, and they are very comfortable to walk in, which is the main reason I've bought these. So they've got nice and thick cushioning around the sides, obviously the standard lace-up system, and they feel fairly firm. The only downside to these is that I think that the sole is just a little bit too chunky for me. I do find that I do notice it when I'm walking around. They feel quite clumsy to an extent, but they are extremely comfortable, so you kind of take that into account. If you do like the original design of the original Air Force 1s, then you may be slightly disappointed with how these look. I do think the originals look a lot better, look a lot slicker, but these are super comfortable. So with the Reacts, you're going to get this really kind of soft, ride when you're walking in them. They feel really comfortable all the way along. Now you can't remove this insole, so the React sole is part of the entire sole, so you can't take it out. If you don't like it, it's in there for good, so there's nothing you can do about that. But just keep that in mind, and I would try these on in the shop. Now they're about £120, so they're pretty expensive as well. So, you know, in terms of a standard going out shoe, I think they look great from a general perspective, but they're kind of very personal to taste. I think if you like the original ones, you may not like these, but you will like the comfort. So something worth thinking about. If you've got any questions, let me know. I said my next video will probably be a review on the Nike Air Pegasus Turbo 2s, and I'll do an unboxing of those and I'll show you those, and I'll catch you on the next video.